snacking with Ed Sheeran, playing video games as himself, and above all, keeping it simple. From public housing to the Oscars, here's how Khaby became the most followed person on TikTok. Before he became a TikTok supernova, Khaby came from the humblest of beginnings. LeMay was born in Senegal, but immigrated to northern Italy along with his parents and brother at the age of 1. He grew up in public housing in a small industrial town called Chivasso, located southwest of Milan. LeMay's upbringing wasn't lavish, but he isn't resentful. In fact, he credits his success to where he was raised. He told an Italian newspaper in 2021 that living in public housing helped his education and allowed him to build bonds with people. And as he shared at a fanpage.it Q&A for Google, "My blood family is made up of 7 people, but in the extended one, that of public housing, we are 40. LeMay ultimately found celebrity on a whim. Before he became a social media sensation, he took on a wide assortment of gigs, not related to the entertainment industry. As he told La Repubblica, "I started doing 1,000 jobs, waiter, bricklayer, window cleaner. I did everything to make money." Eventually, he landed at a factory in his hometown of Chivasso, Italy. But much like the rest of the world, 2020 and the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic brought on a lot of change for LeMay. As the New York Times noted, at the beginning of 2020, when rising COVID numbers began to shut down most of Europe, he was laid off. After that, the soon-to-be famous social media star holed up in his room and created TikTok after TikTok, and the rest is history. LeMay told the outlet he wasn't seeking fame and success when he started producing his videos. LeMay is now sitting comfortably atop an empire of well over 150 million TikTok followers. With all that fame comes increased scrutiny, though. In August 2021, Dexerto reported that he came under fire for some resurfaced videos that fans are calling sexist and offensive. In one video posted that January that has since been made private, LeMay stitches a clip of an attractive woman walking through a mall with a video of himself smirking and nodding. As soon as the woman passes the camera, his expression changes to a frown when he sees her from the front. Fans were quick to condemn the video. LeMay has yet to address the criticism as of this video, though this isn't the first time he's come under fire for sexist content. According to the New York Times, LeMay also faced backlash for a stitched video showing a woman asking viewers what they would do if they had 24 hours with her. He responded to the apparent sexual innuendo by stitching a video of himself listing the various parts of the house he'd like her to clean. Even though it helped launch his career, LeMay told the New York Times that he doesn't treat TikTok as if it's a competition, adding, "I'm happy to be the first in Italy and all, but I didn't start TikTok for this." He did note, however, that he would like to be as famous as his comedic idols Eddie Murphy and Will Smith. Considering that LeMay already has about 90 million more TikTok followers than Smith, we'd say he's off to a great start. Additionally, LeMay has more international followers than Italian followers, something he credits with his unique and universal style of comedy. He dubbed his silent, overacted facial expressions a global language which anyone could understand and relate to, saying, "It's my face and my expressions, which make people laugh." LeMay was able to make content creation his full-time career, and according to the Daily Mail, he is now the most followed influencer in Italy. In an interview with Fortune, LeMay's manager, Alessandro Reggio, revealed that his TikTok earnings per post went as far as $750,000 and made the $400,000 mark on average in 2022. LeMay was set to clock an accumulated revenue of $10 million that year alone. Despite the high fees, there's never been a shortage of brands who want to work with him. To grace Milan Fashion Week at a Hugo Boss showcase, for example, Fortune reported that the company had to part with a whopping $450,000. In a similar fashion, a Hollywood production company paid $750,000 for a promotion by LeMay. Even though he should be smiling all the way to the bank, Reggio disclosed that LeMay wasn't entirely on top of his finances. Since money isn't his point of focus, he told the publication he was poor and he doesn't know how much he has in the bank. Any famous person will tell you that the key to staying grounded in the face of celebrity is a good roster of friends, and LeMay has made sure to surround himself with a solid group. LeMay credits his buddies with keeping him humble and describes them as the most supportive and accepting group of pals anyone could ask for. In recent years, there's been an increased amount of press coverage concerning issues of racism in Europe, especially Italy. LeMay, however, told the New York Times that that hasn't been his experience, and he credits his friends for that, saying, "My friends have always been protective of me. I've never had such a problem. No one has ever dared insult me because we were a united group and had a lot of respect." A lot of credit for LeMay's success should go to how simplistic his TikTok videos are, representing a significant departure from the hyper-manicured and choreographed clips of other prominent content creators.
Imagine it's remade by Khaby.
As a teen TikTok creator told the New York Times, "Khaby comes and he's just a normal dude. It's been refreshing to see. It's a lot easier to relate to him than most big influencers." If you need proof of this hypothesis, look no further than the fact that LeMay is now the most popular influencer in Italy. Speaking with the New York Times, an industry expert said of LeMay's fame, "This opportunity to connect with someone who is unaffiliated, underproduced, and feels very real is a juxtaposition of what we're seeing in the social media space." After becoming famous at such a young age, you'd think LeMay would be eager to spend his money on flashy cars or luxury condos, but not so. When speaking to the New York Times, LeMay shared that he's been growing his income and hasn't been shelling out on big purchases, saying, "The secret is endurance above all." Considering his living situation, his money isn't exactly burning a hole in his pocket. But LeMay did tell the New York Times that there is one thing he's eager to blow some cash on: a house for his mom. As for his parents, they couldn't be prouder of their son for turning his employment termination into a comedy empire. Being outspoken when you're an immensely famous celebrity is one thing. Speaking about social or political matters when you're an up-and-coming star is a totally different hurdle. But Khaby LeMay has addressed a hot-button issue that's impacted him personally: citizenship. For a long time, LeMay fully identified as Italian, having spent every year but one of his life there. However, he wasn't officially an Italian citizen, as he was born in Senegal and has no generational connection to Italy. He didn't let the lack of paperwork affect how he viewed himself, telling the New York Times in 2021, "Sincerely, I don't need a piece of paper to define myself as Italian." He added that the law wasn't on the right side, and at the time, he was hoping to use his influence for a review of cases such as his. Unsurprisingly, LeMay didn't have to wait too long. In August 2022, he was granted Italian citizenship. As a child, LeMay saw himself as a future athlete. He was fascinated by 8-time Olympic gold medalist Usain Bolt and put in the work in the hope of being an even better sportsman. In an interview with Vanity Fair Italia, he said, "I did it because I wanted to become faster than him. I trained like a madman. I told myself that I would win twice as many medals as him." Sadly, LeMay's track ambitions never materialized because of a lack of funds. In an interview with Mashable, LeMay shared that he had to abandon his goals to fend for his family. Years later, when he became a familiar face, LeMay had the chance to briefly meet his childhood idol, saying of the surreal moment, "I hugged him, told him, 'Thank you for everything,' and let him go." Khaby LeMay carved an unprecedented path for himself that's undoubtedly successful. But when it comes to traditional schooling, he wasn't as lucky. LeMay partly blamed it on being a bit restless when he was growing up, telling Vanity Fair Italia that he had actually failed the 4th grade. LeMay was sent to a school in Dakar, Senegal, and although his demeanor afterward was more laid back, he was still challenged by school, revealing, "I didn't do so well at school. I am dyslexic and dyscalculic, and I have never even had a teacher to support me." At the World Influencers and Vloggers Awards ceremony in 2022, LeMay did an impressive job at delivering an acceptance speech in his second language and revealed that he was working on polishing his English with the help of a professor. Since LeMay gained a superstar status, other celebrities have joined in the fun.
Yeah, it's 11 miles of film, Khaby. What'd you expect? I'll see you in London.
In a 2021 TikTok, LeMay and Ed Sheeran responded to a chocolate domino sketch by showing viewers how easy it was to dip some chocolate in milk. In another fun outdoor setting, LeMay went head-to-head with Grownish actor Yara Shahidi in a 2022 soccer challenge that saw the latter crush it. He further showed Inter Miami CF co-owner David Beckham his free kick prowess, all while hilariously mimicking a Cristiano Ronaldo pose. Drop It Like It's Hot rapper Snoop Dogg gifted him the iconic Death Row Records chain at a studio shoot that same year. And last but not least, as if he were playing Pokemon Go, LeMay and actor Idris Elba combined forces to promote the movie star's 2022 film, Beast.
What would you have done? No.
Even though his athletic dreams hit a wall, LeMay is slowly tapping into another vision he had as a child: filmmaking. His Oscars journey and early start on TikTok were put together in the short autobiographical flick, I Am Khaby, which launched at the Taormina Film Festival in Sicily in July 2023. LeMay has been making waves on both the big and small screens. In September 2023, he joined the judging panel on season 13 of the hit television series Italia's Got Talent. LeMay had previously been announced as a juror at the pioneering Cannes Film Festival TikTok Short Film Contest. The TikTok star maintained that he was eyeing an Academy Award in his conversation with Deadline. It's a goal he's hoping he'll achieve, one movie at a time, saying, "I want to make films. This is my main objective. I've wanted to make movies since I was a child. One day, I want to be on the stage at the Oscars." In his quest to conquer the entertainment world, Khaby LeMay has left no stones unturned. He surprisingly got his start in the gaming world on Fortnite. LeMay's self-titled character made his debut on Chapter 4, Season 4, titled Last Resort, and was tasked with joining the Battle Pass to assist the heist team in overthrowing vampire Kato Thorne. While LeMay's fans were likely thrown off by the move, he'd been playing the game long before he was in it. LeMay's star status played a part in how he landed the exhilarating opportunity. Epic Games, the company behind Fortnite, contacted him about a partnership a year prior, and LeMay told Variety, "My reaction was pure excitement. Who doesn't want to be an action hero in a video game? It sounded so fun."